Of course, it was a great, a wonderful surprise, a huge honor for me to be told that I'm getting this prize today. And I know one of my good friends, Tom Kyleth, received it a couple of years ago. My job is to write books about what thousands of people are doing in computers, and so I'm especially happy that I try to explain the work of many other people, and so I'm sort of I mainly feel that I'm representing all these people who have been doing such good work.
When you started in the field, computers were still in the making, and now they are everywhere. How do you feel about it?
So the amount of change has been incredible. I had no way I would ever have predicted what's going on. When I started my work, there were not very many of us doing it, and I had absolutely no idea how big it would become. But I did know that it was really interesting stuff, and so I found that there was a need for somebody to explain what was going on. So I started to write what I thought was going to be a small book, and it turned out more and more kept getting discovered, and I had to write more and more. And 49 years later, I got lots of pages written.
Would you have been able to predict today's ubiquity of computers?
Yeah, absolutely not. The only thing I could predict was that what I was doing was going to be interesting, but almost nothing else would I have guessed correctly. I don't think anybody really was visionary enough to see that we would be able to do things a million times faster and a million times cheaper than things were done then.
Tell us about your book.
So this prize comes on a particularly great day for me because just yesterday I got my first copy of a book that I've been working on for many, many years, and tomorrow I'm going to get my first copy of another book that I've been working on for many, many years. So just at this particular time, I'm seeing the completion of stuff that I've put many, long hours into.
Why has it taken you so long?
Why has it taken me so long to finish? Well, you see, people keep inventing more and more stuff, and so I can't just take what's there and finish it every time a day goes by. People think of 2 more days worth of stuff to write, so there's always more for me to do. However, as I said, finally I was able to get something out the door, and yesterday I got this one, and tomorrow I get another one. So a little bit of progress.
When will Volume 4 get to the books?
I believe in a week or two. So it's, Volume 4A, that is. There's going to be Volume 4B too, and it's going to take me some years to continue writing. Volume 4B, 4C, I don't know how many there'll be, but because of the explosion of work, I've got to keep writing more things as it's going now. Anyway, I've got to stop writing for a few months and read something.
Are there things, instructions that will never be translated into a program?
So there are certain. So one of the things that we've learned is that certain problems are, even though computers are incredibly fast, there are some things that we'll never be able to do. We can prove that some things are actually beyond our grasp, even though in principle, if we had infinite amount of time, we could do it. Still, the universe isn't that big, and we don't have that much time, and there are problems that we know will never ever be solved. So instead, we work out methods that will say, well, can we get a good approximation instead of getting the true answer?
How do you see the future of computers?
So, as I said, the thing I do worst is predict the future. All I can, so I imagine whatever I predict will fail to. It'll even be better. On the other hand, I think it's pretty safe to predict that people are going to continue discovering important new things, and I hope I can continue healthy enough to help explain what they're doing in the future.